nearlydanish.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get ready to rumble!
All right, so we're doing film today. You could have guessed it. We're still on chapter 5. And some of you might be wondering, why are we focusing so heavily on chapter 5? I'll say something about that once you guys are done. All right. Why are we focusing so heavily on chapter 5? It's because there's usually new questions. So whenever there's a new question, or whenever there have been new questions, they usually come from chapter 5. And so we have, for the people that are new here, we have gone through the frequently asked questions. We've done a whole bunch of mock tests, and now we are going through potential new questions. Potential new question is a question that has never shown up in a previous test. The frequently asked questions are questions that have shown up at least twice in a previous test. Before we move on, I want to talk about the platform. So I made some changes to the platform. And right now, so first of all, the leaderboard is in real time now. So you don't have to wait for 3 hours before it's updated. So you can finish taking a quiz, come back to the leaderboard and refresh it. It'll crunch the numbers. Hopefully this actually works. It works until you're trying to show it to someone. Jesus Christ. Anyways, all right, so it's actually worked. So you can go take a quiz, come back, crunch the numbers, and you see your progress. As you can see, there are arrows beside people's names showing, if they're moving up or if they're moving down. The red arrow means that you're moving down. The green arrow means that you're moving up. As usual, there's the leagues. Yes, so Akil, we do INDFØDSRETSPRØVEN pawn and Melbo escapes pawn. So the Melbo escapes pawn is just right after the INDFØDSRETS pawn session, so just hang tight. However, if you are practicing for Melbo escapes pawn, I highly recommend that you also do the INDFØDSRETS pawn session. Because if you can do it, then that means Melbo escapes pawn is going to be super easy for you. Okay, so we have 35 days to the test. I want to say one thing about practice, okay? I've spoken about this several times. The secret sauce to passing this test is get familiar with all the questions. Repeat, repeat, repeat from chapter 1 to chapter 6. I have set up this whole site to aid in that goal. And there is one guy I want to talk about, okay? So Trayan, this is the guy that's at number 1 right now. So as you can see, there's progress bars. And from chapter 1 to chapter 6, you can see it's 100% completed for this guy. What does that mean? That means that he has gone through every single one of these quizzes from top to bottom, okay? 5 times. So he's done this quiz 5 times, and this one, and so on and so forth, from chapter 1 to chapter 6. And he did it in 1 week. 1 week. Okay? So it's doable. It's very doable. And this is the reason why he's number 1. Okay? Steph is just right behind him. And you can see that Steph hasn't completed. He's completed some of them, but not all of them. Okay? And that's what you're going to see for all the people. These scores just reflect the amount of work that you've put in. So if you ever start touching like 10 million or something, that means you've really practiced really hard. Okay? So it's possible. And all these arrows up and down, blah, blah, all these things are just, to help motivate you, to show you your progress. I've added the progress bars. So for each person, you can actually see how much work they've done. So as you can see, Deepak has completed chapter 1 5 times, completed chapter 2 5 times. He's now on chapter 3. Okay? And so on and so forth. He's going to go through every single one of these and run through all of them. And by the end of this, he will be ready for the test. Okay? So I encourage you to get busy. This 35 days, that's more than enough time. Treyan did it in 1 week. 1 week. I'm emphasizing that. 1 week. All right, enough of that. We're going back. Okay, now for the new people, so I can see there's a lot of new people here. If you're new here, that's you're here for the first time. By the time we're done with this session, I will import the results. Hold on a sec. I will import the results, and you will find your name in this list somewhere. Okay. Once your name is in the list, that means you have a profile. All you have to do is find your name, click on it, and you will have a profile that looks something like this. Actually, no, this is Trey, and he's done all of them. Let's go to someone that has only been here 1 time, right? So your profile will look something like this. You will see all your incorrect answers from this session. You will see all the Kahoot sessions that you missed. And then you will see all the quizzes chapter by chapter. So this is basically, this represents all the work that you need to do. All right. Now, a comment on the Kahoot. If you're not doing well on this Kahoot or on the coming Kahoots, don't feel bad. Okay? This is for the new people that are here today. For the people that have been here, you've heard me say this a whole bunch of times. I apologize in advance for sounding like a broken record. And I already told you guys I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's for your own good. Okay? Back to the Kahoot. If you're not doing well on this Kahoot, as I can see more than half of you fail this, don't feel bad. It's just pointing out holes in your knowledge. Okay? And once you figure out what you don't know, then you can go and plug that knowledge gap. On the site, you will see all your incorrect questions. You can then go in 1 by 1 and plug that knowledge gap. And then you start the practice. And by the time you go through all those quizzes 5 times, there's no way you're going to fail. So for Manos, I think it was Manos that was talking about this. You're not going to fail if you put in the work. And for some people talking about they can't clean up their incorrect answers from the chapter quizzes, don't worry about that. That will be showing up on the site, hopefully by the end of the week. If not by the end of the week, then first thing next week. Okay? I'll take care of that. Okay, enough talk. Let's get back to the Kahoot. Someone is asking for the code. All right, that's the code. We're starting again. We have 52 questions to go. Oh, yes. Guys, oh, Harry, thank you so much for that. There is going to be a tour to the Parliament. So we're going on a field trip to the Parliament on the 11th of November. We'll be meeting at 12:45, and the tour lasts for 1 hour to 1:45. The event is on Facebook, and I will be showing you that. And if you're in the Facebook group, please go in there. You need to book a ticket. There's a maximum of 14 people. And I am actually toying with the idea of awarding points. So if you show up, you might get points. I'm still thinking about it. Someone said it might not be fair for the people that don't live in Copenhagen, but I don't know. But anyways, yes. Let's move on. Next one. Oh, wow. Round of applause. Okay, only 8 people got this wrong. I was expecting more people to get it wrong. All right, next one. All right. Asta Nielsen was the first Danish movie star. Okay, so Triple Y is up 22 places.
Great job.
Next one. This is kind of like a no-brainer. Is it a no-brainer? Anyways, let's wait and see what you guys do. All right, he was a movie director, one of Denmark's most famous movie directors. Okay, so it's already static top 5. Everyone here is in the gold league except Sama. I don't know who Sama is, so welcome, Sama. Round of applause to you. 25 players just hit an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
I don't know if Sama is going to last in the top 5 though, but let's see. This is only question number 5. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So the point is, if you haven't practiced with the quizzes, you're probably not going to do well in this, but let's see. All right, so way more than half of you got this wrong. First 3 people got this right. I'm guessing it's people that have been practicing or people that guessed right. I actually didn't know the answers to this question, so don't feel bad. Moving on to the next one. Okay, so this was a complete reshuffle of the top 5, but it's interesting. The people in the top 5 are also in the gold league. This was definitely a combo breaker. Sorry, guys. Next one. All right, so almost half of you got this wrong. It was Wednesday and The Passion of Joan of Arc. All right, next one. Hiati is the highest climber, up 20 places. Wow.
Wow!
Well done.
Great job.
Next one. So all of these are potential new questions. All right, so close pictures and a slow film tempo. Only 27 people got this wrong. Not bad. Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Everyone in the top 5 is from the gold league. I'm not surprised. Lilia is the highest climber, up 13 places.
Excellent.
Next one. All right. Well, there's not much to say about this. You just have to remember. Okay, so next one. Kiati is back with an answer streak of 3 in a row. I'm guessing it's a girl.
She's on fire.
Next one. Yes, so it's Astrid Jensen and Jana Jensen. I think there were a couple. They directed this film classic, Danish film classic in 1946. How many people got this wrong? 39. Oh, wow. 7-7. Well-known name. I think 7-7 is also in the Gold League. Jumped all the way from outside to number 1. That's crazy. I've never seen that, man. Round of applause. Johan. Anyways, I can't remember. Anyways, moving on to the next one. Houston. I'll check that. Beginning of the 20th century, dit mensen baan. On to the next one. Okay, so Nyla is in there. Never see. Well, actually, I think Nyla is a known name, either in the Silver League. Anyways, I don't know. 3 players just hit an answer streak of 9.
Excellent.
Next one. Anyways, I'm not gonna say anything. I can guess what some people are doing in the background, but you know, whatever makes you remember these things it's okay for me. I don't even know the answers to like 50-60% of these questions. And I created these Kahoots, although the answers are correct in the Kahoot, so you can trust that. Anyways, 25 people got this wrong. Static top 5. Andre is the highest climber, up 8 places.
Great job.
Next one. All right, so Houston, this is the one you were talking about. Johan Jakobsen, the Soldier, and Jenny. Okay, so PKS is back in the game 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. This was a no-brainer. 10 people got it wrong. Now you know what you don't know.
Now you know what you don't know.
Plug that knowledge gap. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Jimmy is back with an answer streak of 3 and
Oh my! He's on fire!
got 40 questions to go. This question is highly unlikely to show up, but it's part of the book, so it's here. Hey, she had an abortion. Next one. All right, so Manos is now in the top 5. Manos, you were the one asking about if you fail. Bro, you're not gonna fail, man. You're in the top 5 in one of the most difficult quizzes since we started. Luxus is back in the game 3 in a row. I'm guessing it's a dude.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Next one. Henning Carlson directed Sult in 1966. 34 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know.
Now you know what you don't know.
7-7 back at the top. Tyson is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
I remember that name. I think he's in the Gold League. Yes, so Manos, you are right. Jakob Ellemann Jensen resigned. He is no longer in politics, so he's no longer the head of Venstre, and he has left his position as vice prime minister, and I think he switched to economy minister. But anyways, all that is irrelevant now because he's quit, and that could show up. That's a good candidate for current affairs. I will have to update some of the quizzes where he is featured, and then I will put that information in the next current affairs quiz. All right, moving on to the next one. Okay, Darby. Darby is a girl, I think.
She's on fire!
Excellent.
Okay, so Darby has the highest answer streak of 16. That's a perfect score.
Perfect score.
Round of applause. Well, I can only assume. If I assume wrong, please correct me. All right, next one. All right, so it's happened in Norway's capital, Oslo, back then called Christiania. 43 people got this wrong. Static top 5.
Perfect score.
Actually, no, that was wrong. I wanted to do this.
Static top 5.
SG is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Great job!
Next one. Oani, I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm guessing this is your first time here. But anyways, we're gonna keep going. At the end of the session, you can ask me. Okay, let's not interrupt the game. Okay, so Sama is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
Got static top 5. Next one. All right, so 1950 to 1975. It's a high point for commercial comedies in Denmark. Right, next one. Okay, so Derby has the highest answer streak of 19. Derby is number one. But we are not past the halfway point, so Derby doesn't get an explosion, but this is a perfect score.
Perfect score.
She's on fire.
Next one. You've got 33 questions to go. If you're not doing well, don't leave, don't feel bad. Stay, figure out what you don't know, and then plug those knowledge gaps. This was definitely a tough one for most of you. Most of you are not doing well in this. You know, it's not surprising. Don't be surprised, don't feel bad. This is not an indictment on how smart you are. It just shows you what you don't know, okay? That's, I'm saying this for the people that are here for the first time. For the people that are not here for the first time, you've heard me say this many times, you already know this. Julia's back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. Okay, so Morten Koch is the author of The Red Horse. Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
7 players reached an answer streak of 12.
Great job.
All right, Derby still number 1. Okay, let me just say this, just crossed my mind. All right, so if you're here, I think I said this already, but I want to say it again. If you're here for the first time, what's going to happen is your name is going to appear in this list, right? You're going to be in the what's called the rookie league. Okay, so you find your name in this list and you click on your name, for instance, click on this, and all your numbers will be 0, except your Kahoots and the points that you gain in this Kahoot. And then you see all your missed sessions. So we've done like 36 Kahoots or something like that since we started. We started on the 23rd of August, as you can see here. You clean up all of this. You'll also see your incorrect answers. I think this person is going to corrected their answers. So let me see. Let me find someone that's actually this guy here. Yes, so you're going to see your incorrect answers from this Kahoot. So all the questions that you're failing right now will show up here, okay? And then Rami, look for the name that you used in the Kahoot. And then you see your missed sessions, clean those up. So I advise, even if you're doing infos as porn, Melbo skips porn, just clean them up. And by the time you clean all of this up, then you'll be left with the quizzes, okay? And you can see your progress here it will be 0 everywhere. And your job is to get your profile from looking like this, okay, to looking like this guy here. Okay, so you will notice that all you're gonna find on his profile is his stats and the quizzes and his progress bar looking like 100% completed. Okay, so that's it. That's basically, if you do that, you have like 90-something% chance of passing the test. Okay, moving on. Next one. Okay, so for the people that are here for the first time, your name is not imported yet. So if you look on that list right now, you're not going to see it. I know, sorry, by the way, how do you get to that list? nearlydanish.com, and you look under this Kahoot tab and you click on players and it will take you to the list. Okay, boom. And then you search for your name there. All right. So Natalie is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. All right, round of applause. Alina is the highest climber, up 6 places.
Great job.
We have 30 questions to go. All right, Eric Balling. This is an FAQ. So there's usually questions about Matador and Olsen Banden. All right, next one. So actually, there was a question in the test in May 2023 in Current Affairs. So the lady that wrote the script for Matador died. Her name was Lisa Norgård, I think. And she showed up because she's basically a cultural icon in Denmark. So that was under the theme of famous dead people. All right, moving on to the next one. 7 players reached an answer streak of 4. 103 years old. Wow. I think this is a likely question to show up. You guys didn't do too bad. 37 people got this wrong. So the first Olsen Banden film came out in 1968. Static top 5 still.
Static top 5.
3 in a row test is back in the game.
Excellent.
Next one. This is also likely to show up. I think it has shown up already, if I'm not mistaken. There were 14 episodes, 14 films in the series. 34 people got this wrong.
Now you know what you don't know.
This is likely to show up, so take note of that. I think Matador is the most, those two, Matador and the Olsen Gang. Those are the 2 most famous Danish TV series. Alina is the highest climber, up 6 places.
Great job.
Next one. I just gave it away. Yeah, okay. Let's see if anyone was listening. All right, round of applause. Well done. For the 8 people that got this wrong,
Now you know what you don't know.
plug that knowledge gap. It will show up on your profile under incorrect questions. We have a static top 5, 6 players reach an answer streak of 18. Next one. This was part of a test. I think either 2020 or 2021. So this has already shown up. Okay. So a lot of you actually didn't know the answer to this. So this was good. Now you know what you don't know. 39 people got this wrong. Next one. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Nyla is back in the game, 3 in a row.
She's on fire.
Next one. All right, round of applause. There were 24 series in Matador. So Ma is back in the game, 3 in a row.
Great job.
We got 23 questions to go. Never shown up before, or has it? Not sure, you know. Actually, no, it hasn't. So this is, I'd say, a likely candidate, but you know, don't take my word for it. Let's see what the test is gonna look like. All right, so 1978 to 1982.
Now you know what you don't know.
For the people that got that wrong, more than half of you got it wrong. Man, these guys in the top 5. Have you got perfect scores? Anyways, 6 players just hit an answer streak of 21. Wow. All right, next one. I gave this away. I gave this away. And 30 of you were not listening to what I was saying. But, well, Lisa Norgor wrote the script for Matador. And she died recently, and she showed up in one of the tests under current affairs. Lani is back in the game, 3 in a row. Next one. Yep. Buster's World was directed by Billy August. Okay, so. Wow. Okay, so Derby is number 1. Derby is on fire. We are past the halfway point. So Derby gets an explosion. And also Derby has a perfect score.
Perfect score.
Wow. Where is Derby on the charts? Let's see. Yeah, Derby's at number 9. So Derby's in the Gold League in the top 10. Not surprised. Anyways, round of applause. Okay, 37 people got this wrong. Buster's World is about a boy that was bullied in school. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
20 questions to go, and we're done. Okay, round of applause. Only 19 people got this wrong. I wasn't expecting that. This top 5, nothing is happening here, man.
Static top 5.
6 players reached an answer streak of 25. Wow.
Excellent.
Next one. All right, how many people got this wrong? 38, almost half of you. Lars von Trier is a famous instructor. I think Billy August is also an instructor. Sorry, instructor, director. Mixing up the Danish words and the English words. Anyways, on to the next one. Man, nothing is happening in the top 5. Anyways, Lily is back in the game 3 in a row.
She's on fire.
Next one. We're almost at the end of this. Oh, yeah, okay. Anyways, I'll say something after this. All right, so 35 people got this wrong. Plug that knowledge gap. Oani, you asked the question. You said, have you given previous assigned chapter to read before the quiz? Now I understand what you mean. The answer is no. Okay, so we don't talk about, I don't say, go home and read chapter blah, blah, and then come back and we're going to practice that. No. So the way this works is that I'm trying to simulate the exam. The exam, they just give you the book and say all the questions are going to be based on the information from this book. Read the whole book and come and take the exam. And it's the same way I'm doing it, right? Every session is a surprise. And someone says, use the same name in Kahoot to be consistent with player section on website. Yes. Harry is right. Always use the same name. So whatever name you've used in this session, you're stuck with it. Okay? Use the same name so that when I'm importing the scores from these sessions, I'm actually using the name to match it. So please use the same name. If not, you're going to lose your scores and you're not going to be able to keep track of the work that you've done. Tula is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Great job.
Next one. Okay, so yeah, 1982. Okay, so someone is asking, this is a direct message. Could you please show how to add name on the list for new users? Okay, so question is, how does your name appear on the list if you're a new user? All you have to do is take part in the Kahoot. So when we started the Kahoot, you put in a nickname and you put in a code and boom, you're in. That's it. Okay. Now, if you're just watching us and you're not participating in this, obviously your name is not going to show up on the list. So for Melbourne Escapes Porn, which is the one that comes right after this, join that. Okay. And use the same name for all the future Kahoots. All right, moving on to the next one. This is a static top 5.
Static top 5.
And also, I know I'm talking a lot in this session. I'm doing that today because there's a lot of new people here today. There's almost 100 people here today. So I'm saying a lot so that those people will be able to actually catch up and understand what's actually going on here. For the people that have been coming since August the 23rd, I'm sorry about that. All right, next one. Akil, Melba Escapes Pawn is the next session. So just hang in there, okay? We are almost at the end of this. Right after this is Melba Escapes Pawn. Niels Malmros. I didn't even know this. Okay, round of applause. Only 18 people got that wrong. OMO is making a comeback with 3 in a row. I think OMO is in the gold league, but I think she fell out of the gold league back into the silver league, but she's fighting her way back. Well done.
Great job.
All right, so it was released in 1981. 33 people got this wrong. I know this is a very dense and detailed Kahoot, but there's not much we can do about that. All of these are potential new questions. Next one, we got 13 questions to go. Okay, so this is a weak spot. Don't really have much to say about this. Okay, so Darby, 40 correct answers in a row. Darby is number 1. Darby's on fire. Darby has a perfect score.
Perfect score.
So Darby gets an explosion. Lars von Trier, arguably the most famous Danish director, was behind the Dogma 95 manifest. And there was several movies in that came out of that. Let me see, 37 people got this wrong. Krish, man, last minute guy, round of applause. So we have 12 questions to go, and Krish just overtook Darby. Let's see if Krish can keep that number 1 spot. Yes. Yeah, just a bunch of names. All right. How many people got this wrong? 38. Almost half of you. Tuller is back with an answer streak of 3.
Oh my! He's on fire!
We've got 11 questions to go. 1995. Another date for you to remember. And of course, the date is in the name. So Dogma 95. Hoover is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
She's on fire.
Excellent.
Sag moved up a notch. So the top 5 is beginning to move a bit. On to the next one. The Idiots. Yes. So the first Dogma movie was The Idiots. Darby still perfect score, but Darby is not number 1.
She's on fire.
So she gets a regular one. Okay, next one. Okay, 1998, the first one came out. The Idiots. Manos has overtaken Darby. What's going on, Darby? Leo is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Oh my! He's on fire!
We've got 8 questions to go. Dancer in the Dark. 26 people got this wrong. DA on the come up again. Titan is back in the game 3 in a row.
Excellent.
7 questions to go. Bjork was playing the lead in the musical Dancer in the Dark. If you were born in the 80s, you definitely know who Bjork is, I think. Sergio is the highest climber, up 4 places.
Great job.
We've got 6 questions to go. All right, the party. 10 players reached an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. All right, so this has shown up in Current Affairs 2021 and also in history. And hopefully you all get this right. Yeah, okay. Did this guy give it away? Anyways. All right, only 3 people got this wrong. Manos actually gave it away. But notice that whenever a movie wins an Oscar or does really well in some kind of, Cannes Film Festival or something like that, right? It shows up in the test. So this has actually shown up twice, like I said before. It showed up when it happened, the year it happened, under Current Affairs, under the theme of a Danish person In this case, a Danish director and a Danish movie doing really well on the international scene. And then I think it was it the last test or the last two tests or something like that. This showed up in the history section. All right, moving on to the next one. Darby still has 49 correct answers in a row, so that means that she's just answering slow. Round of applause for Darby. Still perfect score.
Perfect score.
We've got 4 questions to go. I don't know why I have a feeling this question is going to be on the test, but you know, I'm usually wrong, so please don't take my word for it. Gabriel Axel. Exactly 30 people got this wrong. We are 3 questions away from the end. 3 players just reached an answer streak of 7.
Great job.
At the moment, we have Krish, Manos, Darby at number 1, 2, 3 on the podium, DA at number 4, and Saj at number 5. All of these people are in the Gold League, so they've been putting in work. I recognize those names. Karen Blixen actually wrote the book. Okay, 2 questions to go. Static top 5.
Static top 5.
Luxus is the highest climber up 5 places. We've got 2 questions to go. I think this also showed up on one of the tests, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wow. Round of applause. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Last question. Susanna Beer. All right. Podium. Darby. Perfect score at number 3. Manos. I'm not sure he had a perfect score, but we'll see. Krish. As usual at number 1. And we got DA and Saj.
NearlyDanish.com